Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Muramasa the Demon Blade. In last part, we got through the Hida dungeon and beat the boss, and in this part, we're going to talk to Kanjiku.
旦那様、お気をつけくださいまし。蘭海が鳴神に先回りし、代官に取り入った様子。代官は忍びを多く雇ったようで、あちらこちらで旦那様の命を狙っておりまする。
Oops, I accidentally cut off her her speech there. I'm sorry. I do that quite a lot just because, I think they finish the sentence and then I think they're done and then they start talking by the time I press the button. I'm like, oh shit, no. But yeah, I apologize for doing that. And since I believe we started a new chapter, technically, we should get another scene when we talk to the monkey here. So yeah, I'm still not entirely sure what causes it, but I believe it might have something to do with how far you are in the game. Because, oh, look at who we have here.
お主は何者じゃ。わらわが裸でおるのに無礼であろう。
何言ってやがんで。おめえの露天風呂でもあるまい。それに俺の方が先にいたじゃねえか。猿だって一緒に入ってんだ。おめえがいたってこっちはちょっとも気にしねえがな。
Damn, Kisuke, that was cold. I mean, you got a naked girl in front of you, and you call her a monkey? Damn, dude, you really don't know much about women, do you? Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, I do enjoy the hot spring scenes quite a bit, and oh god, another enemy layer. Let's ignore that, shall we? Oh, great. More of these guys. Anyway, we do have two different, oh crap, we do have two new arts that I haven't done yet, so... Oh, Flash 2 actually isn't bad now that I remember. I'm pretty sure it just attacks enemies from a distance. Ah, crap. Well, it's not like we can check right away, but I believe it just attacks enemies from a distance, which, not bad. And we're at level 19. Sweet. So I believe we'll actually be able to forge another sword, which, super sweet. So let's get everything we can in here, and then, okay, just attack repellent. So yeah, let's check to see if there's anything else we can forge. It should just... Oh wait, no, that's later on. After we forge this sword, which we're one level away from, then we go back, and then this sword will be available for us to use after that, and then we can finally start working down the sword tree again. A sword tree, skill tree, level tree, whatever the hell it's called. You do still get the passive like stat bonuses as you level up, naturally, but those aren't nearly as important as equipping the right blades. So don't forget to change weapons every time you level up, or check to see if you've got new weapons to change every time you level up, because because equipping the new sword is where you're going to see the actual benefits to leveling up, not necessarily just leveling up itself, because you'll get like maybe 2 or 3 extra points of damage per swing, and that's pretty much nothing by the time you get to this point in the game. It's more the fact that you're able to equip stronger swords with higher attack is really more what's going on. Really, your stats just serve as a locking point for certain levels. So, they basically could pretty much just say, unlock at level 15, 16. Although you do need stats because things like the hot pots do affect that. But yeah, are we in the Mino Province right now? I believe we are. So, okay, so this area is pretty big, and the dungeon is down there. So we're going to be heading there pretty soon. But hold on. Yeah, the flash ability just homes in, doesn't attack on an enemy, which is pretty good if they're being like annoying and running about and you can't get your hands on them. But one thing I actually wanted to talk about last part, which I just didn't get to because I was too busy talking about something else, is that I love how the backgrounds interact with the action on the screen, particularly in that like there, you just saw, we were fighting in a bamboo forest, and our sword attacks, we got too close to a tree, it cut it down. I thought that's really cool. And when we were in the dungeon in the snowy area, when we attacked near a tree, you could see snow start to fall off the tree. And I just, I find details like that really, really nice. It's not something that you would necessarily notice if they weren't in the game. Like, you would just be too focused on the combat in this situation to really care that, oh, why didn't our sword swipes not chop down the tree? Like, that's not something you would think about if it wasn't there. But the fact that it is there adds just that extra layer of detail to the game, and I find that really nice. I enjoy games that take the time to really embrace those details. And I'm going to go to the left because everything else that we need to do is to the right. So, yeah. Okay, so there's a bunch of districts to the left. I'm going to go check out the Owari district first. Oh, and I forgot. You want to jump on top of these arches whenever you can, because there's almost always stuff on top of that. So I find that really cool. And if I know my Muramasa, after we get to the end, there will be a dead end, and then I will backtrack, and then we'll find another dead end, and then we can actually get back to what the hell we were supposed to do, which was go into the next dungeon. So yeah. And okay, so we beat up some ninja. It's good actually that we're running into these enemy encounters, because I believe we're a couple of levels behind. I don't know necessarily how much the game expects you to be. Yeah, we can't do anything here. I don't know how much the game expects you to do these challenge rooms or the enemy layers to gain levels. I believe, like, I'm not really sure. I generally think that they kind of expect you to go out of your way to do some of them, but not all of them. Generally, I don't ever feel too underleveled. Normally, I feel like it's a matter of my skill rather than a matter of my levels, whether or not I beat a fight, because I believe the game does have some sort of scaling system to the enemies where, like, ninja will always be a certain strength no matter what level you are on the overworld. This is not true actually in the enemy layers, where I'm pretty sure the enemy's strength is set to the dungeon. Again, if this is something where I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass, and if I'm wrong, please let me know, because I would love to be corrected, but generally this is what I've encountered playing the game. Whenever I run into enemies on the overworld, a ninja seems to take just as much damage no matter where I am. But if I'm in a enemy lair that's, like, say, way under my level, I'll be killing enemies that normally would take more damage out in the overworld a lot quicker. So that's generally what I think happens. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But anyway, we're going to be doing a decent amount of backtracking, but seeing as I'm not actually running into any enemies at the moment, we might be able to get back. Never mind, damn it. I thought that we might have been able to make it with no enemies at all, and then I would have been able to ramble my way without having to do editing, which, you know, is nice for me because I'm a lazy motherfucker and I don't like to work. So, yeah, okay, we're actually at level 20 now, so we should be able to forge that new sword, which means that we'll actually get a better long blade now, because the long blade we have at the moment is actually weaker than one of our short swords, which, you know, kind of sucks when you want to break out the long blade and get some big damage in, but your long blade is actually weaker than one of your short swords. Okay, so we can... Oh, wait, we don't have to forge any... No, wait, we do have to forge. My bad. Okay, so we'll get this one, which will give us Tornado, which just sounds cool. The Asakakura. Asazak... Okay, I'm not even going to try. I know when I'm out of my league. That's just, yeah, I know when I'm out of my league. So, yeah, I'm going to try that out. I forget what Tornado does, but it sounds cool, so I want to do it. And now we're actually making progress towards what we're supposed to be doing, so let's head that way, shall we? Oh, and we're back in the forest areas. I love the way the forest looks, especially since it's, like, so kind of dark and misty. I find that really neat. And I believe it's, never mind. I was just about to say something that I think was actually wrong, so I'll hold my tongue here. But I think that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, it creates a tornado. Not nearly as useful as, say, the Gust Bellows from Super Smash Brothers, or even the Orc Club from Smash Brothers, because that thing, you create a tornado and it's just... Oh, our health cap matched 1,000 though. But it again, much like the Moon Ring, it is good for getting a group of enemies off your tail if you're just, you know, you're overwhelmed at the moment. That's actually something that I've noticed while I was playing this game and watching the after watching the footage is that I tend to ignore special attacks an awful lot, or at least in this playthrough. I think I tried to use them a lot more often in past playthroughs, but in this playthrough I've been kind of ignoring them a lot, and I should really be better about that. And we got the Oni necklace, which stop 50% chance to prevent changes to your status. Sure, why not? I'll go with that. I'm pretty sure that there is actually just a necklace that allows us to just not get any status at all, which of course is a helpful necklace to be wearing because status effects are annoying. It is definitely not the best necklace in the game. There is one necklace in the game that just absolutely shits over the rest of them, but it's also the one that's the hardest to get because it comes from the most annoying challenge room in the entire game. Yeah, that one is obnoxious. Okay, so anyway, we could get man, they're expensive when you buy them, the stones. Okay, well anyway, we can get a few more rice bags. I also want to get ooh, that would be good, and absorb 5% more souls. That would also be good. Well, first things first, we're getting our our cookbooks because that's just the most important thing to get. And I suppose I'll get some cabbage, some tofu. Oh, car. Oh, this stuff is really good. That allows us to get the smoked fish, which I believe roasted fish, yes, which we just got the ability to cook right now. These are one of the best healing items in the game because they restore like 1200 life flame, which is a ton. I'm gonna actually make one more sweet potato too. Basically, it allows us a full heal at this point in the game. And the radish hotbot briefly increases enemy encounters. So you want to do that if you want more, if you're like trying to grind. Although I actually recommend grinding in the enemy layers once you get to that point in the game. So yeah, actually, let's go to our item shortcuts at the moment. We don't need both tiger and bear pellets, so I'm actually gonna replace that for the roasted fish, and I'm gonna replace the rice balls with the amazake. Why not? Okay, and we'll actually get some soba here, so that's good. So we can stock up on spirit. We can get the tempura soba. Let's get 2 zaru sobas. Why not? Okay, yeah, that looks good-ish. To be honest, I actually have not eaten very much Japanese food. There's a ramen place in Boston, or at least in the area. It's kind of, I don't know how big the chain is, but it's called Wagamama. That actually has really good Japanese food. I love the ramen there. But other than that, I have not actually eaten very much Japanese cuisine, and it's something that I should probably get around to because I'm a pretty picky eater, and I should get around to fixing that at some point. But anyway, I believe we're getting to a point where the path is about to split. Okay, so hold on. Yeah, we'll stick with Flash. Yeah, so that's something I should really get around to trying more of. Like I've eaten pretty standard kind of stuff. I think my issue is that I am not very. I know I'm not talking about anything really at this point. I can't handle spicy foods very well. Like anything more spicy than, like, I can't handle something very spicy at all. Like I can't really handle hot sauces. I can't really handle much of anything, really. I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to spicy kind of things. So, that's kind of why I try to stick away from a lot of really kind of, I don't want to say foreign because it's just because I'm a dumb American, but like a lot of, like really, I really can't handle any kind of peppers. So while I enjoy things like fajitas, I can't really eat an awful lot of Mexican food. I just personally don't enjoy a lot of Chinese food. That's just a personal taste kind of thing. But yeah, I don't. Oh wait, hold on. We can backtrack. I believe this actually takes us to an area where we already were. Yeah, the Shinano district, I believe. And can we break this? Oh wait, no, we can't. So, we can at the very least that'll be a backtrack. That'll be a quick backtrack area for us once we get the ability to get the blade. And we get the item there, so, that's good. But anyway, let's get back to what we were doing. We have one of Kisuke's dungeons to go knock at the front door to, and then an actual dungeon to go through. So, yeah, actually, we won't actually need to do an awful lot of backtracking at all, because I think we're only going to need to do, like, 1 or 2 rooms in order to get to Kisuke's dungeon, and then we'll have just we're gonna be able to go. Damn, I had to open my big fat mouth. I had to say something, and now we're in a fight with these guys, which are pretty annoying because they shoot projectiles at you that are kind of hard to see at points. They're basically just a slit. They're more annoying than the traditional Oni. I think these guys are a type of demon. I don't know what their name is though, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But yeah, see, this is the entrance to one of Kisuke's dungeons, one of his mid-game dungeons, actually. And the item should be on this side of the barrier. Yes, it is, an Igarashi stone. Awesome. And see, we don't even have to do much backtracking at all to get to the next dungeon, which, if I'm looking at my time right here, we'll have time to at least start in this part, so awesome. This next dungeon is another one of my favorites too, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. Again, I think the one thing that a lot of games tend to suffer from is a mid-game that drags. I think one thing that Muramasa has is extraordinarily good pacing, because, just when you get to the point when maybe the overworld stuff might be starting to wear on your nerves, you get to a dungeon that completely reinvigorates your interest in the game, especially when it comes to Momohime's story. Momohime has great dungeons. I can only think of one that I'm not really a fan of off the top of my head. So, yeah, and I believe we actually got a better healing item, so I'm just going to keep that. What the hell is that called? Doburoku. Now this might just be the names of the. Yeah, I was taking a look at some of the Vita footage just because I wanted to know a little bit more about it. They actually changed the names of a lot of these special moves on top of retranslating the dialogue, but I don't know if they actually tried to translate the different alcohols or if they just left them as is. But anyway, I just want to give you a moment to listen to this music, so I'm gonna shut up for a minute. Absolutely fucking kick ass. This is Magnificent Palace is the name of this track, and it is absolutely one of the most rockin' and amazing songs in the soundtrack. And if you think it's great now, wait until you hear the orchestral rendition, which if you haven't noticed yet, what this game does a dynamic soundtrack kind of thing, which I personally associate with Banjo-Kazooie first and foremost, but that's just my personal experience. It probably was used somewhere else first, but it does, where the music changes depending on the situation you're in, particularly whether you're in battle or not. There's an A and B rendition of every song in the game. Well, not every song in the game, of almost every song in the game for battle and non-battle. The orchestral rendition of this song kind of combines the two, where you get the more melody focus of the non-battle theme with the intensity of the battle theme, and it's great. I should actually remember to leave a link in the description to the orchestral version of Magnificent Palace, because it's gorgeous. It's one of my favorite songs in the game. And actually, we can now equip the Ichimonji Norimune, which will give us the Absorb Life ability, which is great. So basically, every time we deal damage, we'll be healing ourselves, which will save us some healing items, which is good. And also, we get the Common ability, which does, if I remember correctly, is awesome. Yeah, it's great. I believe that's an ability that can get upgraded later in the game, too. And it's great when that happens. So, yeah, this is an ability I might be spamming a little bit, too. So, actually, I'm going to spam it right now. I'm going to spam it again. Yeah, that's so cool. Damn it. I think I remembered why I don't tend to spam special arts very much now, because, you know, it allows your blade to be broken pretty easily, which, you know, sucks. But yeah, this area just looks cool because, like, I mean, look at how freaking gigantic this Japanese palace is. Like, you can kind of see it in the back. Look at that. That's got to be that's absolutely obnoxious. Imagine like a standard medieval castle about the size of New York City. That's basically what this area looks like to me. And then you actually get to see some of the inside area where you get some. I'm pretty sure that this game does not incorporate very much, if any, 3D elements. So it's just, this game is absolutely masterful 2D design, and I really like that because, you know, you've got games which try so hard to be, you know, really impressive looking 3D games, but, you know, when you could use the same power to create something amazingly striking and that would age a lot better in 2D instead. And I know that not everybody necessarily wants to make that kind of game, and I can respect that, but I also respect Vanillaware for taking a powerful console and not necessarily just trying to make what's necessarily gonna sell copies, because I don't think Muramasa really qualifies as a smash hit, no matter how you wanna twist it. You know, it's a cult classic. It's a widely beloved cult game, but it's still a cult game. So it's just, I deeply respect them going out of their way to make this type of game as good as they can, really, because you know, Vanillaware seems to be one of the only studios to really focus on making hand-drawn looking 2D games like this, and I find that really cool. Anyway, we got another cooking pot, which is the Zosu. I don't know what that is, but we've got but it gives us more money, and we've got enough materials to make it, so we're gonna do it because that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, we get the Lucky Mallet ability, and I believe, did I just glitch through? No, I didn't. I don't think I glitched through a floor because you can. I think I just tapped the button more than I probably should have. So yeah, you know, actually when I want to fight some enemies, that's when we're not seeing any, of course. But anyway, these areas where you're actually inside the palace and you're going up those kind of weird looking steps, I think are really cool looking. And we're in this area. You always want to go to these side rooms because it's kind of actually like the area in the brothel kind of place where, you know, you might find an enemy, like here we're fighting a samurai, but you also might find a treasure chest which will have something cool in it. And these areas aren't actually really marked on the map. Well, they are, but no, they're not marked on the map. They're not always marked on the map, so you want to make sure you go in them once you see them so that you don't miss out on anything. Because unlike just being on the overworld map, there's no marking of a basket there to make you remember that, oh, there's an item there that I haven't gotten yet. Oh, you guys are trying to double team me, eh? Well, sucks to be you. I'm Momohime, Jinkuro. You stand no chance. Oh man, it's so awesome seeing these pathetic samurai, like, just try to go up against me. Because you have to remember that Momohime is like this fragile-looking little girl when she's not being controlled by Jinkuro. So, like, these guys, if they just were unaware of this situation, or was like, oh, look, it's a little girl, this will be easy. Whoa! And then they're dead. I find that awesome. And be careful, because you actually can fall there, and you'll have to backtrack all the way back up. Not that I know from experience or anything. No, what would ever give you that idea? Oh, and finally a normal fight where we can take advantage of the Lucky Mallet. Awesome. I don't necessarily know off the top of my head which fights give if fights give a set amount of XP or money. So you'll have to forgive me for that. Oh crap, they broke my blade. But now we're actually seeing harder versions of ninja where we get these whitish looking ninja with the different masks. They're a lot more nimble, I think is the difference. Like they've got masks and they can throw bombs, and they generally resort to their special How the hell did that happen? They try to use their special attacks a little bit more. But anyway, this dungeon's actually a lot shorter than I remember it being. Or maybe time just flies when you're having fun. And, oh, god damn it, I'm this close to leveling up. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna grind. I'm getting that last level up if it's the last thing I do. Because I want to be able to equip the new sword. Wait. Okay. I think I am equipping the new sword, actually. But I wanna start working on that sword tree. And we're so close to level up. We're doing this. Like, you know, I don't care if it's grinding on screen. It's one fight. You guys can deal. So, yeah. Okay, come on. Let's take care of this. And, come on. This shouldn't be that hard. Okay, and this should... Oh, man, you're being a stubborn asshole, aren't you? And there we go. Level up. Level 20. Oh, what? Where did you come from? It's almost like you were hiding like a ninja or something. Oh, man. These guys are annoying. Okay, they're... Whoa! I think they explode when they die, too. Okay, yeah. Okay, so... Let's get back to the safe point, jeez. Yeah, okay, so no more fights then. Okay, so... Let's go to the forge and see what we can make now. We can... not make anything, meaning that was a waste of time. Wonderful, I love it when I do that. Anyway, okay, so that's gonna be it for now. But next time on Let's Play Muramasa, we're going to be challenging the boss of this area, so stay tuned for that. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.